How's it going, everybody? Today I wanted to talk about the Citadel Boss 25. I just recently purchased this gun, and I was able to take it out and shoot it about a week or so ago. I'm by no means an expert on shotguns. This is my first shotgun. I've been eyeing a 12 gauge on an AR platform, and this is the one that I was able to go with. I purchased it off of sportsmansguide.com. And after some of the coupons that they had, I was able to get it for about $5.50 out the door. So before we start with breaking it down, I did want to show that the chamber is empty. It is on safety. Okay, so that's our safety. And so it's already a little loose so that it can make it easier for me to break it down for you. So first you'll start off with unscrewing your barrel shroud. Okay. And there's while you're showing that the chamber is open, there's a ramp lever here, and you'll turn that up. Okay. Turn that up. And then the next thing that you'll do is these retaining screws on your hand guard or your hand grip. You can loosen them. You don't have to take them all the way out. I've already loosened them. You just take a little wrench here, loosen those two up, and then from there you can slide this forward. And in that hand grip, there's a retaining plate. Okay, so there'll be a plate that you'll have to slide out. Set that there, and you can just slide your hand grip forward. Okay. Now you have to take out your gas block, take out your gas piston. They'll send a low pressure and a high pressure piston. The low pressure is already in there. They recommend using the high pressure for anything above like 1550 on the velocity, I think, or on the feet per second. So what you'll do is you'll unscrew this block. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna shift that up first. You'll have to unscrew your gas block. So take this out. And you'll slide back your operation spring on it. And when you slide this back, there's two split rings. They may fall out. So you can see them here. They're supposed to be split like that. Okay? And you'll just slide this up. You slide the rest of that gas block up, and you'll slide your piston off. Okay. Now there's a barrel nut that you can unscrew. There's a wrench for it. I don't have a wrench, so I was able to get me some pliers, and I took like an old shirt and put it over there just to keep it from scratching it up. Eventually I'll get the tool, but for now I was just able to use some pliers to loosen it, unscrew it. Okay, take out your charging handle, set that here. You can slide this up just to make sure that it's loose. And this assembly is supposed to slide out. When they sent this gun, first of all, the manufacturer recommends that you break it down, clean everything before you shoot it. I can tell you when they sent this gun, I don't know who tightened it, but I mean, it was hard to break down anything on it. The hand grip was on there really tight. The operation spring, obviously that was, that took some time to break in. But just everything on it was just like, I don't know what type of force they used to tighten this thing up. But I had to cycle some rounds through it just to kind of loosen it up a bit. So once you got it loose, once you got that barrel nut on there, if it takes some force, you can just take that and it'll pop out for you. Okay, because that was kind of hard to slide out. The rails on it, I've greased it just to make it a little easier. So from there, you can just take it and clean it. Get you a bore snake to run through. Get you some lubricant and some cleaner just to kind of go through and clean it all out after you had a chance to shoot it. And putting it back together is just the opposite. Take your assembly here. I believe that you can break this down some more. You can just take it out like this if you want to take out that bolt. And so what you do is you'll slide this up here. Slide this up here. And this bolt slides out. Yeah, let me do it here. So slide that up. And your bolt. Yeah, there we go. Slide that back. Slide up your operation spring. And that bolt will slide out, okay? So that's that. Wipe my hands a little bit. And if you want to put it back together, you can just slide up your operation spring. Slide your bolt back in here. Gonna take a little bit. All right. And then all of that should just slide in like so, okay? All right. So now you can just slide this assembly back inside of the gun. Okay. Tighten down that barrel nut. And I'm gonna use for some reason I always have to use my pliers and a shirt just to get it to go on. Tighten on that barrel nut. All right. Once you get the barrel nut tightened on, you slide back. You'll go ahead and put back on that gas piston. I'm putting back on the low pressure. And from there, you're ready to put back on your gas block. Okay. Slide it back just a little bit so you can put back on those split rings. So I'm putting the one on, I typically put it on top and one on the bottom. Okay, I typically will slide that block over it and you just get your screw, your gas block screw, tighten it on. Okay. And from there, you put your charging handle in and put on your hand grip. Like so. I need to tighten it back a little more. All right. You got your hand grip on. You'll take your retaining plate, slide it in like so. And after you've done that, then you just take your barrel shroud, tighten it up. Kind of got that tight. Now, what you'll do, put your charging handle back, lock it in place. Turn this is your ramp lever. Turn it back. And then you just tighten up these retaining screws. And don't over tighten them. I did that and I stripped one of them But the good thing about it is that I was able to go down to Lowe's, and these two screws are just some M4.70 by 10. I was able to get some of these Hillman screws. It only cost me about 98 cents to get them. And so I was able to just replace these out. Now, just to talk about how the gun shot, I believe we got everything back in. Okay, we're all good. Let me tighten this a bit. All right. So the gun, the manufacturer recommends that you put through about 50 rounds or so. And so I was out shooting. I had some cheaper rounds. So I had to run those cheap rounds through the gun because that's basically what we can find now at the local store. So I was able to get some wing and clay shots. I know that there's some better rounds out there to shoot, but that was what was available, and it met the manufacturer minimum velocity of 1,300 feet per second. So I believe the wing and clay shot, they were 1,350, and it was some 7.5 shot. So I was able to run those through. It took me maybe about 75 rounds just to fully get it to shooting how I was supposed to. But the mistake that I made is that when I first started shooting, it jammed up. And so I thought that was an issue with the gun. It wasn't. So what I would do is I would break it down, see if something was going on with it, and try to figure out what was causing it to jam up. And really, you just have to cycle this gun. You really have to cycle it to get it to shoot right. So after about 75 rounds or so of the wing and clay shot, it started to shoot how it was supposed to. So it started to sing for me. And I was able to cycle the rounds through, no problems, no jams, but you really have to break this gun in. It does come with, let me get this old shirt out of the way. It comes with 2 5-round magazines. It comes with 4 different chokes. You got 3 here, the one that's already on the gun. You can get the drum magazine. I think that's really expensive though. It comes with 2 of these plastic flip-up sights here. They look like they're installed backwards. Some people say that they are installed backwards because I do have my AR and the sights are the other way. So I don't know if this is just how they decided to put the sights. But it looks like they're installed the opposite way. You can just flip those down though. They were pretty accurate when I was able to go and shoot it, so I didn't have any issue with the accuracy on it. But what I do recommend, if it does jam up on you when you first get this gun, or if you're thinking about purchasing it, that's normal. It's going to do that. So you don't have to continue to break it down. And I don't know if it was just this gun where it was just, when they shipped it out, if it was just really hard to break it down and clean it like the manufacturer recommended before you shot it. But it is okay, or at least that's what I had to do, just to loosen it up, to be able to break it down and clean it out. So yeah, you really have to break this gun in though. That operation spring is hard to break in. Luckily it took, most people say that these retaining screws here, that they loosen up a lot after the first few shots. It didn't do that for me. So like I said, I don't know who tightened this thing up when they sent it out, but they wanted to make sure that you couldn't just get in it. So yeah, that's what I found out on this gun. I will also attach the videos of me first shooting this gun when it was jamming up, and then also after I was able to cycle some rounds through it. So hopefully you found this video helpful. Leave some comments what you think. If you do own the gun and and you have some recommendations, let me know. But it's been pretty fun to shoot. The other thing is that this isn't adjustable. The only thing is that the cheek rest, you can loosen it up, lift it up how you want to. I don't find a big issue with it, but you can't adjust the butt stop like you can on a typical AR platform. So yeah, leave some comments. Tell me what you think. If you do go and purchase it, I believe they have it in the black. They have it in this the tactical gray. They have like the flat dark earth color. I think they also had the U.S. flag, but I think that was sold out. So yeah, tell me what you think about it, and I'll show you the videos on how it shot for me. Thank you for tuning in. What's going on, everybody? I wanted to test out my Citadel boss. For some reason it's having some trouble kicking out. Put it in safety. We're having some trouble kicking the shell out. What's going on, everybody? About to get ready to put some rounds through my Citadel boss. We're about to see how it's about to get ready to shoot.